Welcome to KR Reviews. I'm your host, K. And today we're looking at a recent DC superhero movie called The Blue Beetle. Now, the Blue Beetle is a superhero that first originated in Mystery Comics in 1939. He would later become a part of DC Comics in 1966. Now, the alter ego of the Blue Beetle is Ted Kord, whose name is mentioned in the movie quite a few times, especially his last name. It's like all over the place. Ugh. Anyways, this version of the Blue Beetle is well known for his adventures with Booster Gold. Ted Kord would later on be replaced by Jaime Reyes, who has been the Blue Beetle ever since. The Blue Beetle has had his own solo stories and has been a part of stories where he's a member of the Teen Titans. Now, this character has also appeared in different forms of media, like Batman Brave and Bold, Injustice 2, and DCAUM, Teen Titans animated movies. And now he's finally got his own movie. The story begins with Jaime Reyes. Full disclosure, I'm probably gonna mess up on the actors' names because that's just me. Sorry. Anyways, with Jaime Reyes, played by Angel Manuel Soto, I don't know if I said that right. Probably not. Returning from college and meeting up with his family. While it seems like everything is okay, he quickly learns that his family is having financial issues. Wanting to help his family, he gets a job as a maintenance worker of the House of Victoria Kord, CEO of Kord Industries. See, like I said, the Kord name is like everywhere. I do. Anyways, at the same time, Victoria, played by Susan Sarandon, I probably didn't say that right either, returns from capturing the Scarab, which looks like a blue beetle. Which, oh, the irony. Or is that ironic? I need to learn grammar. Anyways, she begins having an argument with her niece Jenny Kord, played by Bruna Marquezine. I don't know if I said that right either. When Jaime sees the argument and the threat Victoria makes to Jenny, he tries to stop it, which gets him fired. Jenny feels bad that he got fired and offers him a job. When he goes to Kord Industries to get the job, instead Jenny gives him the Scarab to keep it safe. When he goes home, he tries to figure out what the Scarab is, and when Jaime touches it, well, it activates and then fuses with him, which leads to a very funny and kind of terrifying scene. If you saw it, you would understand me. This leads to the whole superhero journey trope. You know, the newfound abilities the main character gets, him trying to find out information about those abilities, overcoming obstacles, and fighting the big bad guy. All that. I really enjoyed this movie. I think the movie is not great, but it could have been a lot worse. The parts of the movie I really enjoyed are with the Reyes family. And while each family member follows a usual pattern like the positive father and the bum uncle, all these characters work well together, which makes it more entertaining, especially George Lopez. George plays the uncle in the movie, and when I saw the trailers, I was a bit concerned because I think he can be very funny. It's just not every joke he does lands. While some of his jokes don't land in the movie, the majority do. he, he, he played the uncle very well, and I got a chuckle out of me. The sister, played by Belisa Escobedo, I'm hoping I'm saying that. And the mother, played by Elapina Carrero, again, I am hoping I'm saying that right, are fine too. I don't think their portrayal is great, but it was enough to keep my interest, and were occasionally funny. I think the father is the only one I didn't really get into. And I think the reason is for that is he needed some more screen time. He does, I guess, fine. It just needed more. But by far the best character was the grandmother, played by Andrea Barreza. Again, I'm hoping I'm saying that. She was funny. She was entertaining for every scene she was in. She was wild. I mean, by far the best. And I like how she only spoke Spanish. And she didn't suddenly speak English for one scene. And it was just a lot of fun watching her. All the cast did fine, to be honest. The action was pretty good too. It was, again, fun, entertaining. And at the final battle, when Jaime brings out that big sword, I was like, oh! It was a lot of fun to watch because he was swinging it around like a Power Ranger. It was I had a good time watching it. If there was anything I would complain about, it is two things. One, I think the villains could have been better. Like, maybe a deeper backstory or anything. Because they were a bit flat. Just generic, really. And the other thing would be, there needed to be more focus on Jaime and less focus on the family. I mean, I really liked the family. Like I said, they were the best part. But there's too much focus on it. And I wanted to see more of the story of Jaime and him and the Scarab trying to connect with each other and understand with each other. Like I see it in other DC properties. Like in Young Justice. But it's not that major of a problem for... It's just how I feel. It doesn't ruin the movie. One thing I noticed in the film is that it talked a lot about how everything is going to be alright. That got me thinking of how similar that is to having faith in God. Many times in our lives we're going to face things that don't go our way. Like getting fired, getting our bank account hacked, not getting the job we want, or suffer some type of drama in our lives. But in the Bible, many times God says, in everything we do, we need to trust in Him. He will lead us through the storm, not around, but through. That may sound bad, but going through the storm helps us to grow and to become better. But only with God helping us, because we as humans cannot do it ourselves. Only by trusting and having faith and following His word can we get through it. Sometimes it may feel like the storm is going to destroy you. But storms don't last forever. We only need to have faith, patience, and trust in God. So I'm going to read you this passage. And do remember it. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 7 to 10. But we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God, and not of us. We are hard pressed on every side, yet not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. Always carrying about in the body the dying of the Lord Jesus, that the life of Jesus may also be manifested in our body. Remember, storms pass, but God never. That's why we need to have faith in Him. Well, this has been Kay, signing off.